Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mount Lebanon High School Stadium for tonight's WPIAL Class 6A matchup between the visiting Seneca Valley Raiders and your host, the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Hello, everyone. Denny Postufka here. Pleasure to have you with us tonight. I'm with my partners, Walters and Colin Witte, and we have a rainy, foggy night here in Mount Lebanon. We've been blessed with great weather all season long up until tonight. We have a temperature of 50 degrees and a misty rain and some fog tonight. And here come the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils onto the field with an 8-0 record, ranked number 1 in 6A, taking on Seneca Valley tonight, who comes into this game with a 6-2 record, but only one loss in the conference. They lost the season opener to Moon, who is the number 1 ranked team in 5A, and then lost a few weeks ago to Central Catholic. But this is a big game for both teams because, believe it or not, Seneca Valley, even though in 4th place right now, if they win tonight and can pull off a win against North Allegheny next week, they would be the number 1 seed heading into these playoffs. So Mount Lebanon can't take this game lightly tonight. And let's talk a little bit about last week, Brian. Mount Lebanon winning at Norwin by a score of 35-7, but it was no way, shape, or form a cakewalk.
No, that's true, Denny. The Blue Devils headed out to Norwin, left school early. Again, kind of expecting to handle business at Norwin, and they were in a dogfight. They were down 7-0 early. I think it was tied at halftime. Then Mount Lebanon turned it on in the second half, won 35-7. Your program is elevating to the next level when you win 35-7 and people are disappointed with how you played. I mean, a 28-point win on the road. I think a couple things impacted that game. Mount Lebanon played 4 straight games at home in back-to-back mega games against the 6A heavyweights, North Allegheny Tigers and Central Catholic Vikings. They were due for a letdown. I think they had it last week. I expect, from what I heard about how practice went this week, that this Mount Lebanon team will be dialed in this evening against Seneca Valley, which is a very well-coached team, always very physical at the point of attack. This will be a good challenge for our Blue Devils.
And it's surprising, as stout as the Mount Lebanon defense has been all year, uncharacteristically, Norwin ran for 176 yards on the ground, far and away the top game for anybody rushing against the Blue Devils this season.
It was surprising during the game. I felt like the Mount Lebanon defenders had a tough time identifying where the ball was. They were doing some different RPOs, and it just looked like Mount Lebanon could not identify exactly who had the ball on sometimes. They gouged Mount Lebanon between the tackles, which hasn't happened all season.
Just had the coin toss here. Mount Lebanon won the coin toss, has deferred to the second half. Seneca Valley will receive. Captains for today's game for Seneca Valley: number 7, Brandon Ross; number 11, Luke Lawson; number 50 are 3 big offensive studs. Let's start with Joey Daniels, quarterback, 60% completions on the year, went over 1,000 yards, 1,157 yards passing on the season, 17 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
Yeah, Joey Daniels, a 3-year starter at this program, has really taken an elevated spot up from where he was as a junior year and sophomore year in the past. With Alex Texa, the Blue Devils will happily take that. Alex is one of the best players in the WPIAL.
And talking about good averages per play, how about Eli Heidenreich averaging 26.3 yards a catch?
I mean, we talked about the run. How about the catch? Eli Heidenreich, one of the most prolific and best guy with the ball in his space in the WPIAL as well.
Noah Buddha to kick it away, and we are underway. Kicks it to the right side. Oh! Not fielded, and it's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. Very effective kick. The deep man for Seneca Valley came up, but then watched the ball bounce by him into the end zone, and Seneca Valley will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
If there's one area where you'd like to see the Blue Devils improve as we head into the playoffs, it would be special teams, and particularly kickoff, kick coverage. Nice job by Noah Buddha, the senior, banging it into the end zone there. Good start for the Mount Lebanon special teams.
Junior quarterback for Seneca Valley, Graham Hancock, is out tonight with an ankle injury. So they're going to go to a sophomore, Sean O'Shea, number 14, 5'11", 160-pound sophomore. He's going to lead the way tonight. And he has a single setback, 2 wide receivers to the left and H-back to the right to start the game. Handoff. And this is their leading rusher. That's number 24, Nolan Dwarick. Tommy Boehner on the stop. Dworick, a 5'10", 190-pound senior, has 369 rushing yards on the year, averaging 5.5 yards a carry. Hurry-up offense. Dworick again off the right side. He'll get 2 or 3.
That Mount Lebanon defensive line has been stout all season, Denny. Led in the middle by big number 75. That's Will Harvey. On the ends, you've got Owen Halter and Grayson D. Of course, Owen Halter, senior co-captain, going to Middlebury for lacrosse and football.
Gain of 2, second down 8. 2 wide left and an H-back, and a little quick jump. Looks like Jack Smith might have jumped a little soon there, and it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. So it should bring up a second down and 3.
One thing Seneca Valley is doing earlier is they're motioning their 2 tight ends going to each side, and that's confusing the Mount Lebanon defense here a little bit early on.
O'Shea drops back, has all kind of time. Now he's going to roll left, getting pressured now. Throws incomplete to the left side, intended for Lawson. Comes up short, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, nice coverage there by senior co-captain number 17, Tommy Boehner. Tommy's the outside linebacker on the right side. Of course, Jack Smith, you mentioned him early, outside linebacker on the left side. Boehner and Smith, 2 of the leading tacklers for this Blue Devil defense.
3rd and a long 3. Seneca Valley going to go 3 men to the right, and O'Shea's going to keep her on the right side, and he does have enough yardage for a 1st down. Brought down around the 44-yard line. Looked like Daniel King was in on it.
Yeah. Of course, Daniel King had a really big game 2 weeks ago against Central Catholic, starting at middle linebacker. Of course, you'll know Daniel King's father, Kevin King, played for the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. He's an assistant coach for Coach Bob Palco.
They're going to bring Ross in motion back toward the formation. Handoff, Dworick. Nice hole up the middle. He's going to get close to 1st down yardage on it.
Yeah, tackled there by number 8, the Navy commit. That's Eli Heidenreich on the tackle. But not until they pick up another 10 yards and a Seneca Valley 1st down. That's 3 first downs on the opening drive for these Raiders. They look ready to go.
Keeping things simple for the sophomore quarterback O'Shea. Running the ball. Dworick, very effective here in this first series. O'Shea, quick look to the right. Incomplete, intended for Ross. Couldn't hang on to it. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it's looked like they took a page there out of the Mount Lebanon offensive playbook. That's a play you'll see the Blue Devils run to set up Eli Heidenreich on that inside screen, which has been money for the Blue Devils all season. Seneca Valley tried to run it there. Got a nice block to the outside. Receiver could not handle the ball.
2nd and 10. Ross and Lawson both wide to the right. O'Shea barking the signals. They're going to look to the sideline for a play call. Dworick, tailback. On the left side, Dapolonia and Lysick, number 2 and 3, a tight end and an H-back, and they're going to flip spots. And it'll be Lysick going over. He'll be a 3rd wide receiver to the right now. Whistles before the snap.
Was that delay a game or a timeout?
Nope.
Delay game.
Delay of game.
Wow.
For a team like Seneca Valley and with how good Mount Lebanon defense is, a 5-yard penalty just like that can be a drive killer for Seneca Valley.
Yeah, and historically, Seneca Valley, very well coached, very disciplined. I've been impressed over the years with their physicality as well. Very physical team at the point of attack.
2nd down 15, ball at the Seneca Valley 49-yard line. Handoff, Dworick. He'll get about 3 on the play. Coming up to make the stop for the Blue Devils looks like Charlie Pellegrino.
Yeah, that's the senior middle linebacker, Charlie Pellegrino. Filled the hole there, limited that to just a 2-yard gain. Nice job by Charlie. Mount Lebanon runs their base defense. That's a 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, 4 defensive backs. The middle linebackers right now are Pellegrino and the senior, number 52, co-captain Daniel King.
3rd and 12, ball at the Mount Lebanon 48. That was motioned by Ross. O'Shea throws. Incomplete. Intended for Lawson, just a step behind him. On the coverage back there was Alex Texa, but it'll bring 4th and 12 up at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, look out for Luke Lawson, number 11 for Seneca Valley, the 6'3", 200-pound junior. Heck of an athlete, outstanding basketball player. I've watched him play for a long time over the years. He leads Seneca Valley with 35 receptions and 534 yards. Not surprising that the Raiders tried to target him on 3rd down.
Number 96, Camden Bush, on to punt it away for the Raiders. Eli Heidenreich deep, setting up around his 17-yard line. Punts away, spiral. Heidenreich takes it at the 19 with a fair catch. And Mount Lebanon will take over their 1st and 10.
Nice job by Eli Heidenreich. It always surprises me that people are willing to punt and kick off to either Alex or Eli, given their capabilities and what they're capable of doing with the ball.
Bush is both their punter and place kicker, so he'll handle all of those special teams duties tonight for the Seneca Valley Raiders. Joey Daniels brings the Lebo team onto the field here, 1st and 10 from their own 19. Alex Texa, star running back, over 1,000 yards for the season. In the backfield with him, we have 3 wide receivers to the left. Heidenreich in motion. He'll set up in the backfield. Handoff. Texa finds a hole. Driving, grinding. Across the 25-yard line. Nice run by Alex Texa.
Bit of a broken record. We've been saying it all season. Alex Texa takes the handoff, gets hit, still grinds for 3 yards after the hit. One of the most outstanding running performances in Mount Lebanon history was 2 weeks ago against Central Catholic. Rushed for 266 yards. That's right, Alex Texa, 266 rushing yards against Central Catholic's defense 2 weeks ago.
Gain of 6, 2nd and 4, ball to 25. Handoff to Texa again. Meets some resistance. He's going to be just shy. Looks like it'll be about a 3rd down and 1. And they'll spot the ball at the 27-yard line. 3rd and a short one.
Alex has offers to both academies, the Naval Academy and the Army, U.S. Army as well. We understand that Coach James Franklin, the head coach of Penn State, was at Mount Lebanon last week to talk to Alex. So who knows, maybe a visit to Happy Valley is awaiting Alex in the next week or two.
Pellegrino in motion. He'll set up in an H-back handoff. Texa has a hole.
Gosh.
1st down and more. Oh, nice tackle there by Dylan Gallagher, where Texa had a lot of running room to go had he gotten by him.
Yeah, there you see Alex's shiftiness. We talked about his power, but he's equally shifty when he gets into open field. Those shoulders squared, a little juke, and he was almost off to the races. Nice tackle by the safety for Seneca Valley.
A game-saving tackle by Gallagher there, because if he missed that tackle, Alex is in the end zone.
1st and 10. Lebo at their own 37-yard line. Daniels stops, looks, pressure from the backside. Number 2, Dapolonia. Joey never saw him coming, and that's going to go for about a 7-yard loss.
Yeah, we've not said that very often this year, Denny. Joey getting sacked. It did come from the backside. That offensive line has been stout, particularly the games against North Allegheny and Central Catholic really kind of controlled the line of scrimmage against the heavyweights of 6A.
2nd down, 17. Mount Lebanon now at the 30-yard line. And looks like Seneca Valley jumped up front. That's defensive tackle number 72, Alex Paulson. And Mount Lebanon will get 5 yards here, bringing it out to the 35-yard line, bringing up 2nd down and 12.
Real quick, sitting the offensive line left to right is Capristo, Halter, Klein at center, Harvey at right guard, and that's Joey Peters, number 55 at right tackle, the 6'6", 225-pound senior.
Beersdorf wide left, Heidenreich in the slot, handoff, Texa up the middle, nice run, out to about the 45-yard line. He'll be brought down by Lysick on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 3.
Yeah, again, nice block by senior center number 50, James Klein. He's had an outstanding season.
Jack Smith now in the game for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, we've talked about Jack's versatility, 3-sport athlete, baseball, basketball, and football. Of course, he's going to Harvard to play baseball. Just an extraordinary athlete in all sports.
Beersdorf wide right. Heidenreich in the slot. Smith in motion. Handoff, Texa. He's going to try to go up the middle, and he bounces to the right. He's going to get a 1st down. He'll be brought down by number 20, Dapolonia, 20 Gallagher, along with 2 Dapolonia. But a 1st and 10 Mount Lebanon.
Yeah, Alex in open field, you're going to need 2 tacklers to bring him down. We've just talked about how he's been able to also use his power and his shiftiness to gain yards, particularly beyond the line of scrimmage.
1st and 10, ball at the Raider 49. Direct snap to Heidenreich. He's going to take it left, turns the corner, shifts and beats a guy on the left side. He's going down the sideline. He'll get pushed out of bounds around the 15-yard line. Olin finally knocked him out of bounds, but great run by Eli Heidenreich.
And that's the dynamic of the Mount Lebanon offense. They can pound you the ball with Alex Sexa, but they can also change things up and go no huddle with Eli Heidenreich. And really, Heidenreich picks his hole, and Denny and Brian, he made him pay on that one.
Yeah, we've seen Coach Spieler run the Wildcat all season long. Not a surprise to see Heidenreich take the direct snap. Great job running left behind Cade Capristo on that
29-yard gained onto the 20-yard line.
Real.
Throw it out of the backfield, incomplete. Try to swing one out to Texa. Overthrown. Dapolonia on the coverage for Seneca Valley. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, that was well played by Dapolonia on the outside. It's almost as if he read and saw the wheel route coming out of the backfield to Texa. Denny, we've seen some absolute barn burners and slugfests between Mount Lebanon and Seneca Valley over the last 5 years. And, of course, your son Joey's year, a big playoff game here, one of the tougher losses we've sustained at Mount Lebanon in recent seasons.
49-43. It was a tough one. Direct snap.
That's Eli.
Eli Heidenreich. Dapolonia on the play. He's been around the ball so far in this game for the Raiders, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 6.
Yeah, Dapolonia might already have 5 tackles already, playing very strong from that position.
But yes, Brian, back to that game 5 years ago, my son Joe's senior year. Lebo, the number 3 ranked team going into the playoffs against number 6 ranked Seneca Valley. We lost that game 49-43. Heartbreaker.
That was a conference championship team as well, as I recall, Denny.
Yep. Daniels looks. He's looking in the end zone. Going wide. Oh! Intercepted! This ball went in and out of the hands of D and was picked off by Gallagher.
Yeah, Grayson has been so shorthanded this entire season. Has really picked it up at tight end. You know, I think against NA he might have had 3 receptions as well. He's been strong at that position. Have not seen him drop or pass recently. Wow, that's a tough one right there, right at the goal line.
Very tough. Had a field, long drive going there. Very sustained drive, running the football well. Through the hands of Grayson D. Intercepted. It'll be 1st and 10. Seneca Valley on their own 6-yard line. 4:54 remaining. First quarter, no score yet.
First-year coach Dennison, the quarterback's coach with Joey Daniels now, talking to him and coaching him up on the sidelines. Coach Dennison's done a great job with the quarterbacks at Mount Lebanon this season. His first year on Coach Palco's staff.
O'Shea's going to keep up the middle. He'll be met, but he'll get 2 or 3 on the play. Looks like Pellegrino in on the play, along with Grayson D. Bring up a 2nd down and about 8.
I have to chuckle. I'm not surprised Grayson got in on the tackle on that play after the preceding play. Looked like Grayson wanted to redeem himself there a little bit, and he did.
Ross in motion. O'Shea, he's going to go deep down the middle.
Pick.
Intercepted! Eli Heidenreich picks it off at the 20-yard line, and Lebo gets the ball right back.
Wow, there you go. I mean, Eli, we talk about him a lot on offense, just as equally as an effective defensive player. Eli Heidenreich, another interception for him this season. A ball hawk at the safety position. Critical play right there for our Blue Devils.
Way to answer after the turnover. Lebo will take over 1st and 10 at the Seneca Valley 16-yard line. Joey Daniels leads the Blue Devils back onto the field. Beersdorf's going to be wide left. Anderson wide right. Heidenreich in the slot to the right. Texa. Daniels will pull him up to the right side. Handoff to Texa up the middle. Has a hole. Oh, just gets tripped up. Nice play by Dapolonia again, but he'll get about 5 on the play.
Dapolonia with another game-saving tackle there, Brian, because Alex had room ahead to go to the corner of the end zone. But Mount Lebanon's really pounding the ball on Seneca Valley, and prior to that interception, really had a good drive going. But, the interception with Eli was huge for Mount Lebanon to get the ball back.
Goal Mount Lebanon.
You see right there the patience of Alex Texa, waiting in the backfield, waiting for his big boys up front, seeing the hole. And once he sees the hole, Denny, he really shoots through that gap. And you see at the end the physicality of Alex Texa.
He can run by you. He can run through you. Alex Texa, quite a season. As we said earlier, over 1,100 yards on the air. We're going to have a direct snap to him. He's going to run up the middle. Short of the goal line, but he will be down inside the 1.
That's the jumbo package there from Mount Lebanon. The Wildcat, Texa usually in the backfield, D right next to him. And it's just a snap to Alex, and it's just a counter. Alex picks his poison, which way he wants to go, and hopefully the big boys up front can start blocking for him like they have.
Paulson and Craver both on the stop for the Raiders. Second and goal at the 1. Direct snap again to Texa. He's going to dive in for a Mount Lebanon touchdown. Alex Texa, his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And Mount Lebanon takes the early lead with 2:52 remaining here in the first quarter.
After that interception, Seneca Valley seemed like they were going to get momentum a little bit, and Mount Lebanon just took that momentum right back with the hide and right interception, and now Texa the touchdown. I had no passing plays on that drive, just a whole bunch of Alex Texa there.
Buddha's kick is up and good. With 2:52 remaining first period. Mount Lebanon 7, Seneca Valley nothing. That Mount Lebanon scoring drive only 3 plays, 16 yards after the interception from Heidenreich and a minute 30 off the clock.
Yeah, really effective drive there from Mount Lebanon. Running the ball with Alex Texa, easy holes. And like we said, Alex running has been phenomenal this year. 14 touchdowns this year, has really been the leader of this Mount Lebanon team. And you see on that drive, especially his patience in the backfield, waiting for his blocks to develop downfield, and then him seeing the hole. And north and south, Alex Texa is one of the best players in the WPIAL when it comes to that. And a few questions now for Mount Lebanon is their special teams, Denny. Their special teams has been, below average at best, in my opinion, and we've seen it for the Central Catholic game, and I believe only for a little bit versus the North Allegheny game. Mount Lebanon just trotted out their starting defense for the special teams, so I wonder if Coach Palco and Coach Nibala will want to trot out Mount Lebanon's starting defense for this special teams play.
Great point, Colin. We've struggled on kickoff all year long. Be it returns, be it kickoffs out of bounds. But to start the game tonight, Noah kicked a nice one that landed around the 10-yard line. Receiver was not in place to make the catch, and it rolled into the end zone for a touchback. Let's see if we can do it again. But we've seen deep kicks. We've seen pooch kicks. We've seen squib kicks. Let's get it going here tonight and give the defense good field position to start with. Our officials for tonight's game. Referee is Bill Heidkamp, umpire Jim Conley, linesman Dave Paparello, line judge Rich DeMary, side judge Mike Marishak, and field judge Jerry Lavelle.
As I scan through the Blue Devils special teams group, it looks like they have about 3 or 4 starters on that kickoff team from the defense, Denny, so mixing it up a little bit.
Good stuff, Colin. We're going to tee it up from the left hash. Buddha's going to do another pooch one. This is going to go to the 23-yard line, but it will be fielded this time. Oh, it fumbled! Loose ball. Let's see who has it. That was number 30. Buddha will be on for a field goal attempt. This will be from the 10, so it'll be a 20-yard attempt.
Colin, does this surprise you going for a field goal here?
No, I actually agree with this call with Coach Bob Palco here. You know, you had a good drive going, so you might as well take your points, make it a 2-possession lead. So I like this call, depending on if he makes it. He did.
Kick is up and good. Noah Buddha is now 7 for 7 on the season in field goals. Great job, Noah.
How about that? Can't do any better than that. He's like Chris Boswell for the Steelers.
7 for 7. So, with 6:09 remaining here, first half. Mount Lebanon 10. Seneca Valley.
Been very efficient on offense for the Blue Devils. We're seeing a heavy dose of senior co-captain Alex Teska. Again, they're having an outstanding season for the Blue Devils. Coach Bob Palco in his third season has the Blue Devils sitting at 8-0. Blue Devils look to try to get the number 1 seed, which would be critical for 2 reasons. One, you would get the bye the first round of the playoffs, and then presumably you would also not have to see Central Catholic in the next round of the playoffs. You know, if you were to win, you'd be looking at playing Central Catholic, presumably in the championship. Although, of course, let's face it, North Allegheny, Cannon McMillan, Seneca Valley, they're all going to have something to say about that.
Mount Lebanon scoring drive, 14 plays, 71 yards, took 8 minutes and 51 seconds off the clock.
I mean, we're used to seeing this Mount Lebanon offense be a quick strike, big play offense, but they can also grind it with that offensive line. We've talked about them and named them already, moving left to right. It's this junior left tackle, 77, Cade Capristo, having an all-conference year at left tackle. At left guard, senior co-captain, number 68, Owen Halter. We've talked about him a lot this season. 2-sport athlete going to Middlebury to play both lacrosse and football. His dad, of course, Jordan Halter, played football for the legendary Lou Holtz at South Bend for the University of Notre Dame. At center, senior James Klein. Of course, his dad, Steve Klein, played football for Mount Lebanon's championship teams and also at Yale. At right guard, big number 75, Will Harvey, really the anchor of that offensive line. And then at right tackle, someone who's really come on strong as the season's progressed, is number 55, Joey. And I always want to say Joey Porter, Joey Peters. Joey Peters, also a 2-sport athlete. He's 6'6", 225 pounds, also plays basketball for Coach David. That is an outstanding offensive line, aided also in the blocking by big tight end number 32, Grayson D, and Charlie Pellegrino, number 34. And also, you've seen Jack Smith help a lot at the line of scrimmage with blocking too. That's number 7, the senior coach.
Buddha to kick it away. He's pooched the last 2. Deep are West and Ross for the Raiders. He's going to pop a little high one down to about the 20-yard line. It's fumbled.
Good of a ball.
Ball loose. Who has it?
We got it.
That was Ty West coming up and fumbled. It looks like Johnny McGee on the fumble recovery for the Blue Devils.
Nice job, Johnny. That's the junior cornerback and wide receiver, Johnny McGee. Excellent job on the special teams right there, recovering it. In the wet weather, those pooch kicks, a little bit harder to handle. The receiver came up hard for the ball, just couldn't handle it.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. Great point. And, turnover, short field for Mount Lebanon. Both of them to take a shot here up top to one of their big receivers.
1st and 10, Lebo. That's the Seneca Valley 25-yard line.
Colin, I like how you're thinking. Go to the end zone right now, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think you have a short field. You got a turnover that you didn't expect, so might as well try to take advantage of Mount Lebanon struggles with personnel at timeout.
So we've talked about this a lot. You've seen Mount Lebanon bring in a lot of different offensive personnel. You've seen it, of course, we talked about the wildcat formations, but they have shifted in a lot of personnel, whether it's tight ends, running backs, wide receivers. Here they did not have the right personnel when they got set and had to take a timeout. That's Mount Lebanon's first timeout of the half. They've got 2 remaining.
Yeah, it looked like Munoz was late getting onto the formation, and they called timeout. But surprised he's coming off the sideline that you wouldn't have that all set.
So between the first and second quarter, I was down on the field as the Blue Devil Club was handing out an award. The Mount Lebanon football boosters invited the football alumni back this evening. So they're in the south end zone under 10. I got to meet James Moore. who was starting quarterback for the Blue Devils in 1984 when they won a WPIAL championship at Three River Stadium. He told me that he's one of the few quarterbacks in Three River Stadium history who played a game there and never threw an incompletion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Pretty impressive, isn't it? Like James Moore. Now, what he also then added was he had 7 completions, and there was also 1 interception. But James Moore led the Blue Devils to a championship against Gateway in 1984 at Three River Stadium.
Texas bounces it left. He'll get dragged and pulls away from 1 tackler. He'll get about 3 on the play. One Paulson finally drags him down. Well, he might get 5 on the play. Call it 2nd down and 5.
Also in the back of the end zone was Doug Morgan, who starred for the Mount Lebanon championship teams, went on and played at UTEP, and of course his son Seth Morgan, quarterback for the Blue Devils, having an outstanding season for VMI, leading VMI to a 5-2 record. Seth's doing great down there. So happy for Doug and Seth.
2nd down, let's call it 6. Ball at the 21-yard line. Pellegrino in motion. Daniels, handoff. Texas to the right side. Bounces it through the hole. He'll be close to 1st down yardage. Paulson and Olin on the stop for the Raiders.
Yeah, Alex, so instinctive as he heads the line of scrimmage. You just see him follow his blocks. Yeah, almost a little bit like Le'Veon Bell there, patiently waiting for those blocks to get set up, and then just hugs the backside of his offensive lineman and nearly gets the 1st down, 3rd down and 1.
Tight formation here on 3rd and 1. Texas in the backfield. Daniels will look to the sideline after a quick snap call. Still 10 seconds left on the play clock. Daniels changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Texa with him. It'll be Texa. He gets met right around the line of scrimmage, but he'll move forward for a 1st down border on the stop.
Alex keeping those legs choppy. Great balance and vision in the field. You know, most running backs, that player is in the backfield ready to make the stop. That would be a 1-yard loss for most WPIAL running backs, but not Alex Teska. He picks up the 1st down. Nice job by Alex.
We'll mark it at the 13, 1st and 10. 2 wide to the right, 1 wide left. Texa in the backfield with Daniels. Pellegrino lining up as an H-back on the left side. Daniels giving the play call to his line. Going to run option. He'll keep. Nice little run. He'll get brought down by Gallagher, but not until he gains about 5 or 6 on the play.
Yeah, that's just a read option there from Joey Daniels. He has the option to pitch it to Alex Texa, the defensive hub, and pitch to Texa, and Joey with the wide open space to gain 5 yards on this play.
Yeah, did a nice job of cutting that up into the C gap. Strong 5-yard pickup for the senior co-captain, number 3, Joey Daniels.
Texa up the middle. Gets met, grinds for 2 more yards after getting hit. He'll be down around the 5-yard line. Short of a 1st down. Paulson on the stop for the Raiders. He'll bring up a 3rd and about 2.
And look, there's going to be tough yardage to gain with Seneca Valley. Very stout defensively, physical to point of attack, and they're using a 4-man front against the Blue Devils as their base defense. So they've got 4 down linemen. They're kind of sitting in the gaps, making it hard for those interior runs. But Alex just grinding it out between the tackles.
Texa again. Oh, met in the backfield. Lysick comes breaking through, and he'll get stopped shy of the line of scrimmage. Going to bring up a 4th down from the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Lysick came through the C gap. It looked like almost untouched, and met Teska in the backfield.
Now, Brian, we've seen Coach Palco, it seems like 10 minutes ago, in the same situation. If you're Mount Lebanon here, now you have a 2-possession lead. Do you run the table and go for this, or you take the points here and make it 13-0?
With the talent I have on offense, Colin, I would go for it here.
Okay.
Denny, you? What would you do?
Go for it. I would have went for it last time, too.
Daniels.
Daniels takes a snap, looks left, throws. Incomplete! In and out of the hands of Eli Heidenreich, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see what that is.
I believe that's going to be defensive holding on the cornerback on Eli Heidenreich. Eli had the inside step on him, turned to the inside, The defender really had no choice but to grab a hold of Eli. I think they're going to call defensive holding and or pass interference on the cornerback who was covering Heidenreich. And that's just a brutal matchup. Eli, all-conference, going to be an all-conference wide receiver, one of the most athletic wide receivers in all of the WPIAL, having an extraordinary season, on his way to Navy to play wide receiver. One-on-one, Eli's going to beat most people to the inside on that.
It will be a pass interference the distance to the goal line that should mark it right around the 2 or 3 yard line. Let's see where they spot it. They're going to spot it. Yeah, about the 3 yard line.
Jumbo package in for Mount Lebanon. The big boys up front. But remember, a couple games ago, earlier in the season, they had the option to throw it over to tight end Grayson D. So we could see that from Mount Lebanon here.
Texa, direct snap out of the Wildcat. Takes it left.
Touchdown.
And he will be into the end zone for another Mount Lebanon touchdown.
Boy, Alex almost makes it look easy, but that was a great job by the offensive line on that play.
Yeah, Joey Daniels with a great block on the outside, and Texas saw that, and Texas vision led him to go outside, and the quarterback getting in it, Brian.
Well, Joey Daniels in this north end zone proving to be quite dynamic. He's throwing blocks against Central Catholic. He's catching touchdown passes. He's not only throwing in and slinging at a quarterback, he's now blocking and catching passes too. Wow, Joey doing it all. He likes that north end zone.
Noah Buddha's kick is good. With 1:53 remaining in the first half, Mount Lebanon 17, Seneca Valley nothing.
Boy, very efficient offensively for these Blue Devils. Just keeping it simple, nothing too fancy right now. And again, I'm not totally surprised to see us with a 17-0 lead. Colin, good bounce back from the sluggish first half these Blue Devils had out at Norwin last week.
Yeah, Mount Lebanon offense has been very, very efficient. Just ground the ball. You see a little bit, if you can see it. I don't know if you can see it on a TV screen, but it's starting to rain a little bit. It's been a consistent rain, and I believe that's played right into Mount Lebanon's hands. They run the ball with Texa. It's hard to throw and it's hard to come back from a lead if you're Seneca Valley with these with the wet ball and the players slipping and all that. So Mount Lebanon could be in poise for another victory here to move to 9-0 on the season.
Mount Lebanon scoring drive, 10 plays, 80 yards, 4 minutes and 12 seconds. We don't have official stats here, but time of possession has to be way in Mount Lebanon's direction.
Wait, that drive could not have been 80 yards because we recovered the fumble on the kickoff, right?
Oh, my fault. Wrong 20-yard line. So it was a 20-yard, 10-play, 20-yard drive. Buddha's kick, little pooch kick. Taking it to 26-yard line, fumbled again. Running it back, that's number 38, Wyatt Craver. And he'll be brought down around the 33-yard line. Grayson D, along with Jacob Munoz, on the stop for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, very physical tackles by D and Munoz. I think they're going to get hit to the head by Jacob, number 2, on that play.
Flag on the play. Officials trying to sort it out here. We'll see what the call is.
Also wanted to call out, some of our coaches. Coach Bruce Font doing a great job for the Blue Devils, coaching. His wife Ashley is home. She's been at all the games this week, but she's at home and she's expecting, I think, December 15th. So Ashley, if you're watching and listening, hope all is well with you. Hope you're enjoying the game as well. Bruce doing a great job. Coach Font doing a great job coaching the Blue Devils.
After the penalty, Seneca Valley will have ball first and 10 at their own 47-yard line. O'Shea, sophomore quarterback, has Dworick next to him. Fakes the handoff to Dworick. Pass, complete, that's Ross. Or no, incomplete. Ross could not hang on. Bring up second and 10.
Denny and Brian, that's been 3 screen passes where it's looked to have room on the outside. And the wide receivers just dropped it. I mean, starting quarterback is a sophomore, O'Shea, and these wide receivers are not helping him out right now.
No, you're right, Denny. He's put the ball there a couple times and should be, what appear to be fairly simple receptions, and the receivers just not helping O'Shea out tonight.
Dworick bounces, nowhere to go. Daniel King throws him down in the backfield. King having a nice defensive game here tonight.
And again, Daniel has really come on strong for these Blue Devils. You know, we said against Central Catholic, there's no doubt what Daniel King is going to go as Halloween. It'll be a brick wall because that's what it's like trying to run through him. Done an outstanding job again today, making himself present at middle linebacker. Of course, let's not forget, Blue Devils have had some big injuries this year. Before the season even started, Cooper Austin, who has offers to Harvard, I think Dartmouth, several other schools, really thought to be their best lineman, injured himself in the cross season, has been out. Now, rumor has it he might have been in his helmet this week, and is starting to approach, getting closer to being back, possibly maybe back in the playoffs. That would be a huge boost, not only, you know, physically having him out there, but just what that would mean emotionally for this team. Cooper was a captain as a junior of the team last year, one of their best players, and they've certainly missed him. Starting middle linebacker Will Hartung, also season-ending knee injury as well. At the time that happened, Hartung was the leading tackler at middle linebacker for the Blue Devils. I know Will just had surgery, talked to his dad Billy this week. He's recovering at home. Will, we're thinking about you too. Certainly miss you out here.
3rd down 11. Ball at the Raider 46-yard line. They deploy 3 wideouts to the left. Fake handoff to Dworick. O'Shea looks over the middle. Pass. Tipped up. Intercepted.
Gosh.
Pellegrino taking it down the right sideline. Charlie Pellegrino with the interception for the Blue Devils.
Oh my goodness, what a play by Charlie Pellegrino. Drops in the coverage as a middle linebacker, tips it, and then corrals it for himself with an interception, Brian.
Yeah, you know, we talk about all the athletes on this team. There again, you just see how athletic these middle linebackers are. Number 34, Charlie Pellegrino, outstanding athleticism. Tips the ball, has the mindset to find the ball, catch it, and then turn upfield. 1:18 left. Mount Lebanon takes over at Seneca Valley 40-yard line. Wow.
Great call by Coach Palco taking the timeout before that play, leaving enough time on the clock for Lebo to mount one last drive here before halftime. 1:18 remaining, 17-0.
Could this be where Mount Lebanon would take a shot downfield?
Got Beardsdorf on one-on-one coverage to the outside.
Daniels has time. He's going to roll left. Getting chased. Flags on the play. He gets dragged down from behind. That's Dappoloni on the play, but let's see what the flags are. Looks like probably holding.
Yeah, I would agree. Probably a holding.
It will be a holding call. Mount Lebanon marching back. Now 1:10 remaining in the half. So it looks like they're going to walk it back from about the 44-yard line.
Out remaining, up 17-0, and trying to get one more score before this half ends.
Daniels, swing pass out of the backfield.
Oh, good block.
Has some running room. Great block. He'll get across the 40-yard line. Dragged down by Dappolonia and Gallagher. But he'll pick up 15 yards on that play. Bring up 2nd down and 9.
Outstanding block by junior wide receiver Michael Beardsdorf, 3-sport athlete. Did a great job of blocking on the perimeter for Oteska on that play. You see the Blue Devils do this a lot. Get to the line of scrimmage, get set, see the defense set, and then audible out of the play.
Clock down to 35 seconds remaining in the half. Hand off Texa, left side. We get met, but grinds for 3 or 4 more yards after getting hit. Takes it down to about the 32-yard line before being brought down by Armstrong. Clock still ticking, though. 20 seconds left.
Okay. Again, that should have been a 5-yard gain, but Alex makes it an 8-yard gain. Again, that's why Alex is, you know, James Franklin is coming to visit him from Penn State.
With a timeout in his pocket. They're letting the clock run down. We're down to 5 seconds remaining in the half.
Hurry up. Timeout. Jeez.
Oh, boy. Now Mount Lebanon uses the timeout after letting about 20 seconds run off the clock, getting set up. I'm not quite sure what happened there.
Colin, are we in Noah Buddha range yet for field goals? Do you think this is Noah Buddha range?
It's at the 32-yard line. So that'd be what, Danny? About a
49, 50-yarder, yeah.
50-yarder?
No.
Denny, in your day as a kicker that you were, what was the longest kick you ever had?
Carnegie Mellon, a 46-yarder at Teal College.
Oh, on the road at Teal.
On the road at Teal.
You banged one through the uprights.
Yes,
Nice.
I did.
All right. Yeah, I would agree. This is probably out of
Out of his
Buddha
range.
range. So
Absolutely.
you've got 4 seconds left, no timeouts. you're going to the end zone, right, Colin?
I mean, yeah, but like this doesn't make sense for you from Mount Lebanon. You know, they had the ball with clock stopped with what, 25 seconds left. They could have called timeout then, get the first down here, get some more breathing range, maybe spike it, and get Noah another maybe a manageable field goal here. But it looks like they will go for the Hail Mary here, Brian.
I don't think we've seen a Hail Mary this year, but it looks like we're lining up this time. We got 3 wide to the right, Beersdorf to the left.
I'm calling it now. If it's not a Hail Mary, it's going to be a hook and ladder. How about that?
Okay.
All right.
Boise State.
We're going to bunch to the right. Daniels, straight drop back, has time.
Going long.
Rolls right. He's going to throw to the end zone. There's a scrum. Ball's batted up, and it will fall incomplete. But that will do it for the first half. But Mount Lebanon will go into the locker room with a 17-0 lead over the Seneca Valley Raiders.
Outstanding first half for our Blue Devils. Very efficient, 17-0. I mean, again, Seneca Valley, one of the heavyweights in 6A, certainly very physical team, super well coached, usually a team that doesn't make a lot of mistakes. A very impressive first half for Coach Palco and the Blue Devils.
Yeah, absolutely. And Mount Lebanon dominating the time of possession. It looks like we don't have the stats on it, but from the eye test, Brian, it looks like Mount Lebanon's dominating that part of the field.
I would agree, Colin. As we head to halftime, just want to say a couple of things. Between the first and second quarter, the Blue Devil Club acknowledged Jason Martin. Jason Martin, a graduate of Mount Lebanon in high school. He played hockey at Mount Lebanon. He was also in the drumline. He met his wife, who was a Rockette, while on this very football field. Jason sadly passed away in December of 2020 from complications with COVID. His son Austin was the starting goalie on the hockey team as a sophomore that went to the WPIAL Finals last year. Amazing run by Austin. Their son Blake also graduated from Mount Lebanon in 2019. We had the chance to honor Jason Martin in memory of his outstanding volunteerism, leadership, and support. I believe the drumline is dedicating their drum solo at the end of the half to Jason Martin and Jason Martin's family. So if you're watching the game, please pay attention to that.
Great stuff, Brian. Thanks for filling us in on that information. Yeah, we're going to step aside, folks, and let you enjoy the halftime show. We'll be back in about 15 minutes, and we'll be back for the third quarter.
Let's dance here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will present the 2021 Unlimited Intelligence Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we honor our seniors. Thank you for your contribution to the past 4 years. We appreciate all of you. And what you have brought to our program and wish you nothing but the best. Go on. Snare. That's ordered by Denny and Denny, Coach 1. Lindsay Bruder. Bartender. That's ordered by Postufka. Lily Chesuit. Bartender. Escorted by Amanda, Jason, Marson, and Lebanon Stadium. Jennifer Chu. Clarinet. Escorted by Jamie and Steve Chu. Tyler D. Trumpet, escorted by Sally and J.D. Wally Doherty, clarinet, escorted by Doherty. Josie Doherty. Guard captain. And Rugby. Escorted by Bonnie and Bill Doherty. Juliet Dunn, drum major, escorted by Kelly and Darren Seltzer. August Frederick, Barrister, escorted by Linda and Paul Friedrich. Kelly Norman, flute and saxophone, escorted by Nancy Norman. William Huber, tenor, escorted by Christine and Tom Huber. Jane Houston, flute, escorted by Fitz and David Houston.
Let's go, August!
Kate Stewart, trombone, escorted by Sarah and Matthew Jewett.
Yeah, August!
Ewan Lee, tuba, escorted by Seneca and Naomi Lane, frontline, escorted by Tanya and John Lyon. Maddie McBride, Faith, escorted by Denny and Brian McBride. Anna Messett, Wagner member, escorted by Lynn Messett and Mark Messett. Harry Mullen, frontline, escorted by Chris Mullen. Dominic Palachani, snare, escorted by Barbara and Dominic Palachani. Sarah Resved, flute, escorted by Jacqueline and Mark Resved.
I love you, August!
Gio Ralph, escorted by Samantha and Jim Ralph. Megan Sharon, flute, escorted by Katie and Megan Sharon. Anna Sultan. Tom, escorted by Teresa and Max Sultan. Amber Sultan. Tom, escorted by Terry and Daniel Sultan. Jojo Toledo, trumpet. Escorted by Denny and Isabella Toledo. Elliot Turner, front line. Escorted by Brandon and Bill Turner. Jose Moisen, escorted by Jose and Reina Moisen. Leo Long, Luke, escorted by Joey and Jay Long. Leo Marco, Alto Sass, escorted by Deborah and David Walter. And Rebecca Weston, trombone, escorted by Amy and Ray Weston.
Ah, Greg Weston. You know Greg, don't you? Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you, and congratulations to all our seniors.
I mean, 20's already done. Looks like we have 3, 4, 5 more minutes. Yeah. We will see.
Denny, any stats? That's all. That's been a lot.
You really like that.
Yeah. It was at 400.
The audio doesn't work and we could have lost a bunch of people.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Mount Lebanon High School uniform. Join us as we dedicate our training set this evening to the memory of frontline alumni Jason Martin, graduating in 1991. Jason wrote one of the pieces we are proud to perform tonight.
So sat down
Can't be a steak.
all the way through, all layers. Sorry.
75 yards. I have some of them. I'll do team stats.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back live here at Mount Lebanon High School Stadium with the start of the second half. Our score, Mount Lebanon 17, Seneca Valley nothing. And for this second half, I am going to turn over the play-by-play duties to my partner, Colin Witte. And we'd love to thank Colin for his service here on our broadcast over the last 3 years. This year more so as a color commentator, but also for the 3 years, he along with Harrison Piddle, the backbone of the technical part of the broadcast that I have zero to do with, as I am low-tech, not high-tech. So we're going to turn the play-by-play duties over to Colin here, along with Brian here for the second half.
Brian, 17-0 Mount Lebanon. Mount Lebanon, really great solid half. Time management, they really dominated that time. Give us some stats, Brian.
They have. I mean, let's just start with rushing yards. Mount Lebanon, 29 carries, 153 rushing yards in the first half alone. Big ball to that is Alex Teska. Here we go, kickoff. We're underway in this third quarter.
Hyde and Wright will take it from the 10. Gets a lane and goes. And is knocked down around the 30 to 29-yard line. And Brian, Mount Lebanon's offense has been great tonight. It's very efficient, hasn't it?
It has been very efficient. That's a great word that we use to describe it. We're used to seeing big plays from this offense, particularly from the big three, Daniels, Teska, and Heidenreich. Tonight, it's just been really a steady dose of Alex Teska between the tackles. Give the big guys up front, the offensive linemen, a lot of credit.
Two wide receivers to the left, Heidi Wright and Beersdorf. Texa in the backfield. Pistol formation for the Blue Devils to open up the half. It'll be a handoff to Texa up the middle. Rambles for about 3 or 4. Tackled by number 56, Armstrong.
Yeah, again, Seneca Valley starting with their base defense. That's 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers. Let's see if they switch it up here.
Gain of 5 on the play. Bring up 2nd down and 5.
Where Mount Lebanon has been in really good distance based on first down yardage. They've done a nice job of picking up really quality yardage on first down, making the rest of the sequence of play calling a lot easier for Coach Spieler.
Motion Pellegrino. It'll be Texa to the left again. Makes a man miss and extends and looks to have enough for Mount Lebanon first down.
Yeah, it does. They're moving the change. It's a good start for Mount Lebanon. First down at the 40-yard line. Tackle on the play by Lawson. We talked about him earlier. Luke, outstanding multi-sport athlete for the Seneca Valley Raiders. A 6'3", 200-pound.
2 wide receivers to the right of Daniels. Texa in the backfield. 2 tight ends motion. D and Pellegrino to the right side of the line. It'll be Texa on the counter. Texa gets a lane, breaks a tackle, and Alex Texa is gone for a touchdown. Alex Texa strikes for a 60-yard touchdown. Mount Lebanon extends their lead, 23-0.
Outstanding block on that play by Charlie Pellegrino, who was a tight end. They pulled him into the interior of the line, threw a big block into the A-gap. Alex Teska sees the seam, starts left, cuts back right, through the middle hash and off to the end zone. Alex Teska touchdown. Mount Lebanon 23, Seneca Valley 0. Extra point bending by senior Noah Buda.
Buda on the extra point attempt. It is up and it is good. Boy, Brian, another efficient drive there from the Blue Devils.
Yeah, and there you go. You saw the big play, quick strike capabilities of this Mount Lebanon Blue Devil offense with Alex Teska. Again, Alex, I mean, it's a broken record. Well over 100 yards rushing this game again. The Division I recruit for the Blue Devils, just dominating tonight. On that extra point also, let's just call out long snapper number 31, Luke Lombardo, who's done an outstanding job all season snapping on extra points, field goals, and punts. And the holder this time was junior number 26. That's Anthony Petrogallo, two-sport athlete. Anthony plays wide receiver and cornerback for the Blue Devils. Does a nice job of holding on extra points as well.
An efficient drive indeed for Mount Lebanon. 3 plays, 70 yards, 124 off the clock, Brian. Topped off with the Alex Texa 60-yard touchdown.
I don't know, Colin. Could you start the half any better?
No, not really.
I don't think you could. Right.
It's what you want. Your wet conditions outside. It doesn't look like it's raining anymore. But Seneca Valley has showed that they struggled in the passing game, and receivers have not helped their quarterback O'Shea out. So Blue Devils intact for a big victory here in 6A tonight.
Yeah. Again, the game far from over. Still a lot of time left. But Seneca Valley has their work cut out for them in terms of trying to mount a comeback against this Blue Devil team, particularly with how good Coach Kim Niabala's defense has been this season. I think that starting defense has only given up a total of 4 touchdowns all year long. Not surprised they pitched a shutout the first half of this game too. So Colin, let's hear a little bit about your story. So senior at Mount Lebanon, you're graduating in May. What are you looking to? Where are we thinking?
Definitely, a lot of schools out there, but definitely something in the broadcast journalism range. I really want to be a part of the sports media business. So for you and Denny to have me on board, I really appreciate it over these last couple of years.
Colin, you're carrying the squad. Okay? let's not undersell your contributions.
I'll have to tune in and get my halftime thoughts next year.
Yeah,
Are
absolutely.
you applying to Syracuse at all?
Yeah, I definitely plan on applying to Syracuse.
Great. I know a lot of ESPN broadcasters are alums up there, and congratulations and good luck to you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, now how about the other Witte brothers? You got Aiden's at Santa Clara, right?
Yeah, Aiden is at Santa Clara. Will lives in Lawrenceville. Sean in New York, all tuning in. Both my parents as well are tuning in as well. Kickoff fielded by Seneca. They have a good lane. That's number 38, Craver. And he's going to get it down in the Mount Lebanon territory. Tackled by the kicker, Buda. And boy, Seneca with a big return, but Mount Lebanon seems to be fired up after that tackle from Buda.
Yeah, nice job by Noah Buda. Took away the angle there and made certain he got in front of the returner, cutting him off and not letting him get to the sideline past him. Nice job by Noah Buda.
Ball will be placed at the Mount Lebanon 34-yard line. Best field position of the day for Seneca Valley.
Yeah, and there's Coach Niabala, I think, not happy with kick coverage again. If there's been a weak point for the Blue Devils this season, it has been kick coverage.
Trips left for Seneca Valley. Motion in the backfield. He's back. He looks, he fires over the middle, and it's caught and then dropped by Ross. Tetsa and Heidenreich were right there on the coverage, but Ryan, it looks like Ross couldn't corral that one.
Boy, you feel for O'Shea, the sophomore quarterback who's filling in this evening. He's been on target for several passes. That one, right on the money, shredding the seam of a tough Mount Lebanon defense. That should have been a touchdown for the Raiders.
Motion Dworick. It'll be him on the handoff. And he's met right in the backfield by number 68, Owen Halter. As long as Charlie Pellegrino there on the tackle. No gain on the play.
Obviously, this will be no surprise to anyone listening. I do not have a vote on all conference players, but if I did, Owen Halter would be my vote for all conference defensive end. He's had an outstanding season. Number 68, the senior co-captain, just anchoring that D-line along with big number 75. That's Will Harvey.
We'll bring up a 3rd and 10.
Blitz.
O'Shea is back. Moves up in the pocket. Going to run for it, but Owen Halter having none of that. Gain of 4 on the play. Will bring up about 4th and 6.
Yeah, Charlie Pellegrino also in that tackle. That's not something we've seen a lot of this season. That was Eli Heidenreich, the senior co-captain, blitzing from the safety position almost 12 yards back. Came through like he was shot out of a cannon. Could not get the sack.
Have to seem like Seneca will go for this, Brian. 4th and 6 at the Mount Lebanon 30-yard line. Got to get to the 24 to get the first down. Trips left again. O'Shea looking for a screen, but is going to be out of the pocket now. We'll throw it up, and that's out of bounds. Coverage on the play by Matthew Wirtz. But Mount Lebanon stands tall, and a turnover on down from Seneca Valley.
Yeah, very good defense by the Blue Devils. not much of a surprise there. We've said that all season long. Blue Devil defense has been stout this entire season. All right, so we got the update on the Witte family. That's good. Now your mom and dad, both Jesuit college
Fordham.
graduates, went to Fordham. Your mom, of course, from Mount Lebanon, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And your dad from
Vermont.
Vermont. Okay, did not know that. I went to law school with your dad.
Yeah. Duquesne.
Yeah. Don't hold that against me, Colin.
Daniels will roll right, looking for Heidenreich. Oh, almost had the one-handed catch. That would have been one for the highlight reel, Brian, but Heidenreich could corral that one.
I'll tell you what, that highlight reel is pretty full, Colin. So it would have been tough to squeak another one in there, but Eli, not surprising, almost hauled that one in. Nice pass by the senior co-captain, Joey Daniels, all-conference 6A quarterback. 24-0, Blue Devils look sharp offensively. Coach Spieler dialing some additional plays up here in the passing game. We've got Heidenreich now in the Wildcat.
Wildcat with Heidenreich, Daniels on the near side. The timeout from Coach Bob Palka.
And they're calling the 50-50 right now, so of course those at home probably will not participate in the 50-50. This is Mr. Obvious checking in right now in the first
Absolutely.
quarter. All right, so as our broadcast now, we're in the last half of the broadcast of the 2021 season. These seniors, just a special group of kids. You're part of this senior class. But any reflections as you think about some of your buddies who are out here in the field, any particular memories?
I played basketball with a lot of these guys as a kid. I remember being on the same team as Joey Daniels, Alex Texa, Jack Smith, all those guys. I played basketball with them as kids. Wasn't a football guy though. Just played hoops, but a lot of fun times. A really good group of guys, and they kind of changed the narrative, turned the page into Mount Lebanon becoming an elite program. Right.
Yeah, this is really an outstanding class of student athletes. Your class is. A lot of high-level talent in this class.
And it's not just football, all sports too.
No, you're right. That baseball team is going to be loaded this spring as well. High expectations for them. Of course, this senior class looking to bring back a WPIAL championship for the first time since 2000.
Same formation, Heidenreich in the Wildcat, motion over Pellegrino. It's going to be Heidenreich all the way. In between tacklers, makes a move, and Eli's off to the races. Makes one man miss, and Eli goes in for the Mount Lebanon touchdown.
I think he said all the way before he passed the line of scrimmage.
Denny, I knew that. 70-yard touchdown for Mount Lebanon. And Denny, from my angle, it looked like no one was stopping Eli on that play. Brian, hard to stop an offense that can do that at you in one play.
I mean, out of the Wildcat, we saw Eli earlier with about a 20-yard gain. This one, 70 yards. Eli found second gear, third gear, fourth gear. He might have found fifth gear on that run. Incredible burst of speed by Heidenreich, the Navy commit.
Buda on for the extra point, and it's good. Long snapper, Luke Lombardo, holder, Anthony Petrogallo, and that extends the Blue Devils' lead to 31-0, 8:43 left in the third quarter.
Again, another exclamation point by this starting offense, the Blue Devils. They can beat you so many different ways. Coach Spieler putting a lot of different options on film for future playoff opponents to have to deal with. Again, outstanding. As I reflect back on this senior class myself, I remember these guys being little termites. Eli Heidenreich, probably one of the greatest general manager moves I ever made as a termite coach. I needed to find out.
What year was that, Brad?
Wow. I can't even. Eli was in second grade.
Okay.
JP was in first grade. As usual, I missed a meeting, so I decided as coach. And I saw Eli at one practice, and I said, I got to find out who that guy's dad is and whether he'll be offensive coordinator for me. So that was Dave Heidenreich. And, of course, Eli, incredible career at Mount Lebanon at the high school level. Just an outstanding kid, outstanding family.
For Seneca Valley, West and Ross back to receive. Buda with the kickoff. See if it's another one of those pooch kicks. It will be, but it will end up in West hands. Has a little bit of room here. Gets past the 35-yard line, about the 36 and that's where Seneca Valley will start, 1st and 10.
Yeah, tackling that play by number 11, Sam Ward, starting quarterback for the Blue Devils, and also number 2, Jacob Munoz, has had a nice season filling in the outside linebacker for the Blue Devils as well. Good job by a good coverage team there. Mount Lebanon 31, Seneca Valley 0. First team defense still is in there at pretty much all the positions. Although we're now seeing, it looks like Connor Young, the sophomore, number 74, is in at right defensive end for Grayson D.
2 wide receivers to the left, Lawson and Ross. O'Shea in the backfield will hand it off to Dwarf all the way, and that's rounded up by the Mount Lebanon defense. First man to get him was Halter, with Boehner in on the tackle. Gain of 1 on the play.
Also in for the Blue Devils, who have been playing really well and then had an injury, but is back in, is number 62, Kyle Watkins. He's in over the nose. He's filling in for number 75, Will Harvey. That's 62, Kyle Watkins, a senior. He had really been playing well prior to, I think he had an ankle injury.
3 receivers to the left. It's Dwarf on the outside run, gets some space, runs into his own man, and Mount Lebanon defenders will push it back. That's Matt Works on the tackle. Gain of 4 or 5 on the play will bring up short, 3rd and short.
I mean, again, Matt Wirtz, another player, senior, number 4, started the entire season at cornerback, having an outstanding year, both in coverage and incredibly sound tackle, as you saw him hold the edge on the perimeter there, not allowing the Seneca Valley running back to get outside.
Hurry up offense. It's a quick bubble screen to Ross. He has some space. He has enough for the first down. Pushed by Jack Smith out of bounds. Up around the Mount Lebanon 48, 47-yard line. Enough for a Seneca Valley first down.
Yeah, that's the multi-talented number 7, Jack Smith, outside linebacker. He's one of the team leaders with 23 tackles, 5 tackles for losses, and a sack this season. Wow.
Quick
Nice play
snap
there.
by Seneca Valley, and Will Harvey having none of that. Met in the backfield, about a loss of 1 or 2 on the play.
Harvey, one of the all-time great Mount Lebanon football families, too. Of course, their dad played football for Mount Lebanon. He also wore number 75 for the Blue Devils, Tom Harvey. Of course, the Harvey brothers, James was on the 2000 WPIAL championship team, the last Mount Lebanon team to win a championship. His other brothers, one played at Johns Hopkins. Of course, James played at Harvard. One played at Johns Hopkins. And David Harvey, a few years ago, he's playing football for Princeton as well. And of course, the Harvey daughters married some football players. We'll talk about that in a second.
Handoff. Tackle by Halter.
Yeah.
That's Edwards on the carry. 5'9", sophomore, 150-pound running back.
Senior co-captain, number 68, Owen Halter. He just doesn't stop. That motor constantly runs. Two-way starter, just he plays his heart out every play. We were talking about the Harvey girls. One of the Harvey daughters is married to Jamie Silva, who was an All-American at my alma mater, Boston College, played with Matt Ryan, outstanding football player and even better person.
O'Shea is hit on the play.
Yeah.
Jack Smith drops an interception, but we got flags on the field.
Yeah, again, you saw Eli Heidenreich, number 8, blitz again. Coach Niabala dialing up some different defensive attack strategies here. Seeing Heidenreich blitz a couple times this game. Not something we've seen a lot of them do this season. Frankly, haven't had to. Colin, what do you think the flag is?
From first instinct, I thought it was roughing the passer, but it doesn't look like it's that case. Maybe a hold or illegal formation on Seneca Valley, but it does bring up a 4th down, and it looks like Seneca Valley will have to punt here.
And again, I would be surprised if you punt the ball directly to Eli Heidenreich in this right here. I would be punting away from Eli if I were them.
Camden Bush, the punter, gets it away.
Short.
Short punt, but takes a good Raiders bounce. That's going to be inside Mount Lebanon's own 12-yard line, so that's where Mount Lebanon will start. From their 12-yard line, 5:48 left, Mount Lebanon with a 31-0.
Yeah, Blue Devils doing most of the damage this game against the Seneca Valley Raiders on the ground. Alex Teska totally dominant from the running back spot, and Eli Heidenreich, prior series with a 70-yard touchdown run out of Wildcat, took the direct snap and found Pater 70 yards later in the north end zone. This Blue Devil offense is humming. And if I knew how to hum, Colin, I would. But I
3
don't.
receivers near side. Texa in the backfield. D on the motion. It's going to be Alex Texa all the way to the left. Makes a move inside and plows for about 3 yards on the play.
Again, 5:40 left in this third quarter. Also, time to thank the outstanding work done by the Mount Lebanon Marching Band, the hardest working marching band in all of Whitfield. Appreciate all of that band and band parents do to support Mount Lebanon athletics and how special they make Friday nights in Mount Lebanon at the stadium. Great job, band and band parents. Thank you.
Anderson in the motion. D right next to Daniels. Now Heidenreich motions in the backfield. It's going to be Beckham D all the way. And he's tackled and met for about 2 yards on the play. Craver on the stop for the second ball.
Yeah, Beckham's can start at middle linebacker, also get some snaps running back. He's only a sophomore, number 20. Of course, we call his brother's name out quite a bit. Number 32, Grayson D, starts at defensive end and also plays a lot at tight end. Both Grayson and Beckham are in there right now together.
Lots of brothers on the team, Brian.
No shortage of brothers. We got the Fennels, the Petrogallos, the Javadins, the D's. Am I missing anybody else here?
Walters.
The Halters, right. I always forget the Halters. That's right. Miles is a sophomore. Oh my gosh, Heidenreich as well. Right.
Third down,
Jeez,
Daniels,
nice.
and there's a Heidenreich
Pick up a
right
block.
there. And can he get a block? He does. Up over the 40-yard line. Stopped around about the 44-yard line. A big game stopped on the play by Lysick and Hurt. A big gain on the third down from Mount Lebanon.
Well, big pass reception of Eli Heidenreich, kind of synonymous this season, right?
Averaging 36 yards of reception, Brian.
36
That's
yards
ridiculous.
of reception is ridiculous.
Video game numbers.
Yeah, those are Tecmo Bowl numbers by Eli Heidenreich.
Daniels now rolls right
Nice,
and
Joey.
will run.
Nice, Joey. Get
Daniels
down.
in midfield and slides down around the 35-yard line. Stopped by Porter. And Brian, if you're Joe Daniels, no need to get extra yards there. Just go right down.
Whoa. Right, Colin. We're up 31-0. Joe Daniels takes the ball and heads upfield. Joey did the right thing there. Get down in the middle of the field, Joey. We're up 31-0. We do not need 3 extra yards right now. Boy, year 3 of the Coach Palco project at Mount Lebanon. Pretty strong statement by Coach Palco and his staff. We'll talk about that in a second as we get ready for this play, Colin.
Second down and 3 at the 36. Heidenreich and Texa in the backfield. Daniels is looking for Texa down the sideline. Underthrown, and that's going to be intercepted by number 20, Gallagher. But there is a flag in the backfield, and it looks like it is going to be a roughing the passer. Boy, that's a killer for the Seneca Valley, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why the pass was a little bit short, is Joey was getting hit as he was throwing it. I honestly did not see the end of the play, so I can't say, but I did feel like as I was following the ball that Joey was getting hit as the ball was coming out of his arm. But that's going to go on Seneca Valley. Big personal foul penalty. Mount Lebanon retained the ball. We talked about this being year 3 of the Coach Palco project. Of course, he came over from West Allegheny, one of the most heralded coaches in Western Pennsylvania WPIAL history. 8 WPIAL championships for the West Allegheny Indians. Comes to Mount Lebanon, brings some key members from the staff over. Coach Kim Niabala, the defensive coordinator, who's done an outstanding job with this Blue Devils defense. Also, we've talked about him a few times this year. Coach Ryan Reiser, head of player development for the Blue Devils. When you think about this Blue Devil team, you really, words that come to mind are grit and toughness. That's not something that just happens overnight. Coach Palco, with Coach Reiser running that player development program, has done an outstanding job of making Mount Lebanon more physical, both stronger, both physically and mentally, and really kind of focusing on the whole person, their nutrition, their sleep, their entire workout regimen is really thoughtfully put together from the second the season ends till the end of the game. Coach Reiser does an outstanding job for these Blue Devils. So that's interesting. Are they saying it happened after the interception? So not in the act of throwing? Huh.
Anyway, Seneca Valley gets the ball Tough spot at the 1 yard line, Brian. And oh boy, Mount Lebanon stacking the box here. Tough for a young quarterback, O'Shea, only a sophomore. Motion is Lysick. And it's going to be a handoff, or no, keeper by O'Shea. Nice run on the play, but hit right at Matthew Wirtz. Ran about 15 yards, but only got a gain of 1 on the play, Brian.
Yeah, we just talked last series about the season Matthew Wirtz is having at cornerback. Of course, great in coverage, also short tackler. Right there, he was going to have none of O'Shea getting to the outside. Maybe a 1 yard pickup for O'Shea. 2nd and 9 from the 2 yard line. Boy, tough
Very
for
tough
the Raiders here.
conditions for a young quarterback. 2 receivers to the right. Motion is D'Apollonia. Handoff to Dworick. And he's stopped by King and Pellegrino on the play.
Yeah, Daniel King, number 52. We talked about him. He's a senior co-captain, having an outstanding season at middle linebacker. Of course, his dad, Kevin King, starred for the Blue Devils on Coach Palco's coaching staff. Also played at Westminster on some great teams there.
No gain on the play will bring up a 3rd and 9. Just under 2 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. O'Shea is back. Looks for the deep ball on the far sideline. Has a man just out of the reach of Ross. Coverage on the play by Matthew Wirtz with Eli Heiderite in the background. And 4th down and 9 from their own 2 yard line. Seneca Valley will have the punt.
Denny, this just in from John Reesmeyer, fellow CMU player. He said that was one heck of a kick by you in the 80s at Teal Field. He said never a very good surface there. Breeze, tough turf. So John Reesmeyer, also legendary CMU player from Mars, checking in.
Thanks a lot, John.
Punt on the play. We only get about a 30-yard punt, and Mount Lebanon with great field position here. And oh boy, tempers are starting to flare. We're going to have all sorts of penalties to figure out here. Johnny McGee on the mix-up, who may have been the victim on the play. Likely get a personal foul, unnecessary roughness on Seneca Valley.
That looks like a dead ball after
Dead
the
ball,
play
yes.
had ended. Yeah.
So move the Blue Devils up even more. They'll have it inside the 20-yard line. They'll have it about at the 11-yard line here. Only a 10-yard punt if you want to look at it after penalty line.
Just reflecting on last year, the Seneca Valley game at Seneca Valley. Boy, crazy game. That was an overtime game. Went back and forth the whole way. And Mount Lebanon won that game in overtime. The Daniels to Heidenreich pass. And then I think we kicked the extra point. And I think Joey Peters may have blocked an extra point in that game as well in overtime. But outstanding game last year against the Seneca Valley Raiders. This year, different story. Mount Lebanon 31, Seneca Valley 0 with 1:40 remaining. And Mount Lebanon is taking over at the Seneca Valley 11-yard
line. Referees talking, maybe a problem with the spot. First down, Mount Lebanon at the Seneca Valley 11-yard line. New running back in the game, the senior Louis Petrogallo. Fake to him, Heidenreich in the slot, screen pass. Can he get in the end zone? And
oh my goodness,
can.
just ridiculous.
Eli Heidenreich again for a Mount Lebanon Blue Devils touchdown.
I mean, just when you say inside screen, you might as well follow with the phrase touchdown. Because Heidenreich, inside screen, and touchdown, they all go together.
Can we get a confirmation on if he had a touchdown pass versus Norwin to continue the streak? Or was it stopped out in Norwin?
Colin, I hate to admit this, I was at the concession stand quite a bit at the Norman game, so I'm having a tough time recalling. But no, I do. Eli did score a touchdown last week, too.
Buda on the extra point. It is good. And with 1:31 left in the 3rd quarter, Mount Lebanon 38, Seneca Valley 0. And we just got confirmation from Denny. Eli did indeed get 2 touchdowns in that game, Brian. That's got to be, what, 16, 17 games with the touchdown?
I believe it is 16 straight games that Eli Heidenreich, the senior all-conference player, Navy recruit, has scored a touchdown for a receiving touchdown for the Blue Devils. Eli has just been otherworldly this season for the Blue Devils at wide receiver. And these are plays that Eli is making a lot on his own. The yards after catch for Eli has to be the highest in the WPIAL. What he does after he catches the ball is extraordinary. It's no wonder, he's been so heavily recruited coming out of Mount Lebanon, and just an outstanding year. And, we spend so much time talking about Eli on offense, but outstanding defensive player, too, has an interception this game, too, Colin.
Absolutely. And just to note out, the 35 and above scoring rule, the mercy clock is on. So, what is it, Denny? Without timeouts or so, the clock will remain running?
Yeah, on change of possession, it's stopped right now at 1:31 remaining here in the third quarter, but on incomplete passes out of bounds, it'll continue running. I think just on changes of possession, the clock will stop.
Buda with a little pooch kick, received by Craver, and he'll plow ahead for about a 5 or 6 yard return. And Seneca Valley, pretty good field position here. Try and chip away as you see the Mount Lebanon's second team defense.
Yeah, here comes the second team defense. The second team defense has played a lot this year too in certain games, just because Mount Lebanon has dominated a lot of their opponents. And we've got Cal Watkins in over nose, Connor Young at right defensive end. At left defensive end is Joey Peters. At linebacker is number 16, Noah Archibald, and also number 27, Marco Denny, the sophomore.
Quarterback O'Shea on a little comeback route, looking for Ross.
Yeah.
A little bit out of his reach.
The outside linebacker is number 18, Michael Javada, the junior, and number 24, two-sport athlete, Louis Petrogallo. He's also started this year. Next to Louis is his brother, Anthony, number 26. He's playing quarterback. Number 21, the safety, is A.J. Stetler, the senior.
O'Shea again on the curl route. Caught by Ross. Tackled on the play by Michael Javada. About a 5 or 6 yard gain will bring up third down.
And the other safety in now is number 1, junior Aiden Dawson, 6 foot, 190 pounds. At the right cornerback is number 10, Johnny McGee. We've called his name a few times already. He's a junior.
Handoff on third down goes to Dworick, and that little last effort looks like it will be enough for first down. Stopped on the play by number 27, the sophomore, Marco Alandetti.
Yeah, nice job by Marco Alandetti, and that ends the third quarter for these Blue Devils. Colin, great job doing the play-by-play. As you sign off on the play-by-play, Colin, let's hear. So I know you got a lot of secret your mouth for the fun few months, but some of your finest memories of the next one so far, Colin.
Well, I remember, I believe it was funny. It was versus Seneca Valley, 2019. I was filming at the time, and all I remember was we were down in that game, and we were coming back, and all I remember was Evan Jones may have made the biggest play, and one of the best plays I've ever seen. It was like a 77-yard touchdown, and Denny had a great call, but Brian the whole time was just screaming his head off, "Go Evan! Go Evan! Go Evan!" And it was just, he had the biggest smile on his face. It was one of the best memories, in my opinion, from Mount Lebanon.
Hang on, Colin. Wait, me screaming? I don't know. I'm having a tough time believing it.
Oh, I mean,
He may have drawn it out a few play-by-plays over the last few years, but that's okay. Denny Postufka here as we go into the fourth quarter. Mount Lebanon up 38-0, and in that third quarter, I surrendered the play-by-play duties to senior Colin Witte, and he did such a great job. I'm just going to sit back and relax here for the fourth quarter and let Colin continue so he can build himself a demo tape here for going to college and being in the broadcasting career.
appreciate that, Denny. Two receivers to the right, Ross in motion. O'Shea is back, was looking for Dworick, dropped.
You know, as sometimes we said inside screen, high rank and touchdown. You could also say O'Shea passed the flat drop.
Yep.
I just feel so bad for O'Shea. He's put the ball on the money numerous times.
They've had about 3 or 4 screenplays that have looked to be, if they converted, big gains on the play, and the receivers just flat out dropped it. Trips right now. It's going to be an option play. O'Shea will keep it. And stuffed up by number 62, Kyle Watkins, a senior on the play. There's some pushing and shoving in the backfield.
Again, let's talk real quickly about Coach Kim Niabala's defense. We're now into the fourth quarter, pitching a shutout. We've said that quite a bit this season, right, Kyle?
Absolutely. We'll bring up 3rd and 5 at the 50. It's going to be a play-action pass from O'Shea in the backfield, almost sacked by Connor Young. O'Shea will make a good play, and offensive lineman pushing him ahead. It'll be a good run there from O'Shea. We'll gain 4, but we'll be short of the first yard line. Gotta feel like Seneca's got to go for this run.
Yeah, absolutely, Colin. With 10:32 left and then being shut out, they'll go for it here on 4th down. No quit in the Seneca Valley Raider team. O'Shea fighting hard for extra yardage. 4th down and 1.
4th and 1 from the 46. It's going to be O'Shea all the way, hitting the backfield by Watkins, but the second effort from their quarterback will be enough for a Raider first down.
Coming in now, number 58, that's Michael Becker. Michael is a senior on the team. He's coming in on D-line.
1st and 10 now from the 39-yard line. O'Shea is looking for the deep ball intended for Lawson. Mount Lebanon had about 3 or 4 defenders back there.
Yeah, what a nice job by Mount Lebanon's defense. Luke Lawson comes in this game with 35 receptions. But he's really been quiet this entire game. It's just very tough to mount any type of offense against this Blue Devil defense.
Absolutely. 9:33 left in the fourth quarter with clock ticking as we speak. Probably be the fastest fourth quarter you've ever seen. And O'Shea is back under pressure again, gets a crossing route to Ross, but this has flag written all over it. Looks like, you know, they didn't call this in the first half, and I pointed it out earlier. Number 3, Lysick, was blocking downfield, and Ross had a crossing route over the middle, but it looks like the referees will call this a pass interference on number 3, Lysick.
I also was curious whether their O-line was past the line of scrimmage downfield on that throw as well. Although it was the throw behind the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
Interesting. And now is number 57, Miles Halter. He's the younger brother of Owen Halter. Miles is a sophomore. He's done a nice job on the defensive line for the Blue Devils as well.
And the referee's moving this ball back all the way to the Raiders' own 44-yard line.
I wonder if that's an illegal crackdown. It's a 15-yard.
Yeah, it's got to be something. We'll bring up a 2nd and long. Motion now is number.
Oh, nice job.
No, he's not on
oh, that's trouble.
board. A good catch there from Lysick. Makes a couple of man miss and is brought down by Johnny McGee. But a good 2nd down play call.
That's an outstanding open field tackle by the junior number 10 cornerback, Johnny McGee in open field. He does not make that tackle. Lysick gets to the sideline. That might have been a touchdown for Seneca Valley. Nice job by junior Johnny McGee.
3rd and 6 coming up now. Over 7:40 left in the fourth quarter. Motion by Dapolonia and Lysick. It'll be a handoff to Dwarf. Can he get to the outside? He does, but tackled by the Blue Devils. I believe that's number 27, Marco Alandete.
So we've got some statistics coming in on this Blue Devil offense. Let's start with senior number 5, Alex Tuska, the co-captain. 26 carries, hold on, 177 yards for Tuska. And listen to this, Eli Heidenreich running 4 carries, 126 yards. Rushing for Eli Heidenreich. 200-yard rushers for the Blue Devils.
4th down, and Mount Lebanon will use a timeout. Boy, if you look at Coach Palco, you think it's a tie game in the fourth quarter.
Receiving, Eli Heidenreich has 3 receptions for 62 yards. My goodness, 3 receptions for 62 yards, and his yards per catch average might have gone down.
Yeah, exactly. Crazy stats.
Yeah.
So, Brian, it looks like with this victory, Mount Lebanon will be obviously a part of the playoff, but new this year, I believe, a first-round bye the Blue Devils should get with this victory confirmation tonight, right?
Yeah, I believe the top 3 seeds get first round buys.
Okay.
And then 4 plays 5 in the first round. I think that's how it's going to work.
And then Mount Lebanon would get the
Mount
teams
Lebanon-
of 4 and 5
Right.
at home.
Right.
Okay.
And that will be a home game for the Blue Devils. So let's just play this forward. And let me whip out my calendar here. So we've got a game next week at Baldwin to finish the season. We're on the road against the Fighting Highlanders in Baldwin on Route 51. Then there'll be a bye the week of November 5th, and they would play the WPIAL semifinal game at home November 12th.
4th down play, and it's a run all the way by Dwark, and he's going to have enough for the first down and then some, all the way down to the Mount Lebanon 24-yard line, tackled on the play by senior Louis Petrogallo.
Yeah, it's 2-sport athlete number 24, Louis Petrogallo. He started some outside linebacker early this season, very versatile player. We've seen him do a nice job at running back.
First down now, O'Shea is going for the deep ball, and he has a man, and that is going to be caught by Lawson for a Seneca Valley Raiders touchdown.
And almost on cue, Colin, I had just said Luke Lawson had not done much against the Blue Devils defense, and there they find him down the far right sideline. He scores a touchdown. Seneca Valley finds the end zone. That's the north end zone of the Blue Devils. That'll make it 44-6 with the extra point pending for the Raiders.
Now the double move on the young corner, Johnny McGee. And for those of you at home, the scoreboard was wrong. 38-7 now, excuse me. Extra point by Bush.
I was thinking to myself,
Yeah.
is a touchdown somewhere along
Yeah.
the way? What happened? I know him.
Now,
Wearing
Brian.
glasses.
Now, Brian, do you know the ruling if it is under 35 points like it is right now? What is it? Let's take it, Matt. 31-point lead. Does it go back to not running clock?
I'm going to phone a friend on this one and ask Denny Postufka for the roll.
Yeah, we're going to go back to regular football here. Mercy clock is gone now with 5:43 remaining here in the 4th quarter.
Thank you, Denny. Now, Denny, you've got a second job, too. Beyond being the voice of the Blue Devils on Friday nights, you also are the spotter for Pitt football, correct? Statistician, I'm sorry. And so Pitt has a fairly big game tomorrow, do they not?
Biggest game here at Heinz Field in a long time for the Panthers. A win would go a long way this year. A loss would be same old Pitt.
Dabo Sweeney and the Clemson Tigers rolling in. We'll talk about that in a second.
Kickoff from Bush. That's Eli Heidenreich. Take it at about the 12. And boy, a smart play by Heidenreich, up 31 with 5 minutes left in the 4th quarter, just kneeling it down. Big game for Pitt tomorrow indeed, Brian.
Yeah, Dabo Sweeney and the Clemson team. This is not the Clemson team of whole. They've lost a lot to graduation. They're struggling offensively. Really love to see Pitt put one on. Denny, your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, you're right in that they are struggling offensively. Their quarterback has not lived up to the expectations at the beginning of the year. I think Clemson's going to have to put a lot of points on the board, though, to be in this one tomorrow because Kenny Pickett has been very hot. I see a game in the 30s and 40s. So Clemson's going to have to keep step on offense if they're going to be in this game tomorrow.
And number 9, junior Alex Teska in a quarterback behind him. Sophomore number 25, Freddie Lesotho.
Alex Chavatin, Brian.
Who did that? Jeez. Sorry.
Handoff to Lesotho to the left side. We'll pick up about 2 on the play.
Gosh, sorry about that. I can't believe I just said Alex Teska.
We're used
Yes,
to
of
saying
course.
Alex Texas
Yeah.
so much.
But Alex Chavatin, number 9 quarterback, second team quarterback. He's in there now for the Blue Devils, leading this offense in the 4th quarter.
Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8. 4:20 left in the 4th quarter.
Alex's twin brother, Michael, playing outside linebacker, and Alex's older brother, Nick, was on the team last year, offensive tackle. He's at Cal State right now.
Mount Lebanon going to take the play clock all the way down. It's going to be Lesotho again. It's a nice carry up over Seneca Valley defender. And we'll bring up 3rd and 2 on the play.
And Freddie Lesotho's older brother, Tony for the Blue Devils, 2000.
Tony and Sam.
Tony. Oh my gosh, you're right. I totally forgot about Sam.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the
Sam, outstanding
receivers
wide
on the-
receiver for the Blue Devils.
Yep.
And Antonio, tough as nails running back for the Blue Devils as well.
3rd down and 3. 3 receivers to the right. But it's going to be a hand off to Lesota. Grinding.
Yeah,
It looks
nice
like
job.
he will have enough for a Mount Lebanon 1st down.
Yeah, nice job by the Blue Devils. They're running behind big number 72, Ryan Long. Also in there is number 53, Frank Tinnemeyer. We've got Miles Halter in there as well. Also number 71, that's Jack Murphy, the junior, 6 foot, 245 pounds.
We're running back into the game. Idris Wilson, 5'7", 195 junior.
Yeah, Idris is a handful to tackle when he gets going. He squares those shoulders up. He is a load to bring down. Clock running with 2:40 left in the final frame.
We'll go to Wilson. Stopped in the backfield. And no gain on the play. Clock goes down to 2 minutes and 30 seconds here, Brian. Mount Lebanon with a big victory here.
Yeah, and a season of exclamation points. They put an exclamation point on this one. So you look at the top, what I believe 3 teams in the conference. NA, they put 52 points on NA. Central Catholic, they put 35 points on Central Catholic. Seneca Valley, they put 38 points on Seneca Valley. This Mount Lebanon team, if anyone was a doubter before, can't have much questions left now as this team heads to the playoffs. 9-0. They'll play at Baldwin next week, and then they'll get ready for a long playoff push. It was great to have the alumni in the South End Zone. We had over 50 football alums returning to the Maxwell Column.
Wilson on the last carry for 2. We'll bring up 3rd and 8.
I do also want to say, for me personally, I know many of these seniors and their families, and this is our last regular season game. Just congratulations to them and their families. Outstanding group of boys. They're great football players, but even better kids. Super respectful, super polite, super hardworking. Going to be interesting to see what all these kids do beyond football in their lives. Just a great group of kids, great group of families. It's been so much fun watching them play this season.
Under a minute now. It'll be a handoff to Lesota. Makes a nice cut. Back into the middle of the field. We'll get to the 35-yard line. We'll be short of the 4th down yardage, but with 50 seconds left.
And with one play remaining possibly, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Colin Witte for a great job doing the play-by-play in the second half here in his senior season, his last broadcast with us. It's been quite a pleasure having him here on our staff for the last 3 years. Colin, good luck to you in everything you do moving forward into college and your career.
I appreciate that from both of you. Really, both of you guys really helped me out, and I found a love. And every Friday, I look forward to every Friday night. Both Denny and Brian getting to announce it with you guys is a real honor.
Yeah, it's been great having Colin Witte's 3 keys to the game. Colin, you've been spot on with those keys throughout the season. It's been great having you alongside of us, and we're going to miss you next season for sure.
Mount Lebanon had to call a timeout here with 8 seconds remaining because they only had 10 players on the field, and Coach Pelko not real happy about that.
Now, is this, Denny, the 7th year of this broadcast?
This is the end of our 7th year, and it's been a lot of fun. Looking forward to next year as well, but looking forward to these playoffs coming up. Unfortunately, this is our last broadcast as the Trib High School Sports Network holds the rights to all the WPIAL playoffs. So next week, we will finish the regular season at Baldwin. Then, as we said earlier, we will have a bye on November the 5th, the first round of the playoffs, when the 4-5 play-in game occurs. And then on November the 12th, we will host a semifinal playoff game here against the winner of the 4-5 game.
Yeah, been an incredible regular season for these Blue Devils. They've got one more game. They'll close it out next week at the Fighting Highlanders of Baldwin off Route 51. But really. I mean, 9-0. I got to tell you, I'm not totally surprised. I mean, we had high expectations coming into the season when we kicked off at Buckle Park. I think the season's gone pretty much as I would have thought. Maybe surprised how well we handled the heavyweights of the 6A conference, and real interested to see what happens in these playoffs. There are no guarantees. We know that in seasons past. Interested to see how the matchups break down. But Mount Lebanon will most likely have the 4-5 matchup, Denny, when we return here in November for the semifinal, WPIAL semifinal game. Unfortunately for our Blue Devils, if they were to advance to the WPIAL finals, I'm going to look too far ahead, but if they were to advance to the WPIAL finals, they will not be playing in Heinz Field this year.
Right, it'll be played at a neutral high school spot. But we're going to look forward to that game as we are signing off here for the final time on our broadcast here of the 2021 season. Mount Lebanon with a big victory over Seneca Valley by the score of 38-7. I'd like to thank our crew, our spotter, Jack Pizora, who will be joining me tomorrow at the Pitt Clemson game, and Harrison Piddle, our man behind the scenes, doing all the technical setup for us. Colin Witte, good luck to you in the future. And Brian Walters, always a pleasure having you, and looking forward to you back next year with your son JP. And for all of Mount Lebanon, this is Denny Postufka signing off, saying so long. Our final score, Mount Lebanon 38, Seneca Valley 7.
Sound the horn!
Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Good year.
Thank you all. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. This is great.
Yeah,
I'm gonna miss you.
fun.
Gonna miss you.
Good luck. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
great.
We'll watch. We'll be in
Appreciate all
touch.
you do.
You got it, man.
Jack, very grateful. Thanks.
That was-
We'll be able to be
Awesome.
fans in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, we'll see ya.
I'll be
Maybe
right
you'll
down
hear
here.
I gotta sit with my brother-in-law.
Oh, you go. Okay, all right.
Well, you'll hear me.
Hey, I don't know if you guys noticed that the clock kept running.
Oh,
Maybe
did it?
once
Oh,
you
did
hit
it? Okay.
35, it
Okay.
keeps going. I don't know.
Okay, I was wrong. Want me to go? Because I always like going in there, huddle out there.
Got it. Yeah.
All right, buddy.
All right, then.
We'll talk to you.
Take care.
Talk to you soon.
Cheers.
Good job, Jack.
Great work, guys. Thanks for all you guys have done. Really appreciate it. Somebody wants in? Oh, we're doing it. Yeah. All right. We're gonna pay him.
Okay, that works.
Thanks for all you do, Eric.
Of course.
Could not pull this off without you.
Yeah.
Your videos too were so awesome.
Thank you.
It means
Yeah,
a lot
I'm
to the team.
a little disappointed I won't get a video for this week, but what is it, Prospect Media? We got them, so
Okay.